Chelsea versus West Ham, London derby on a Monday night, a bloody cold Monday night, no doubt, because it is freezing today. Jesus Christ, I'm recording this on Sunday. This is a bit nippy, isn't it, out there? So yeah, I can imagine it's going to be the same for tomorrow night. And actually, I'm really looking forward to this game. I've been absolutely buzzing for it ever since that performance against Aston Villa. It does really lift the mood, doesn't it, and your belief. And it's great to be enjoying football again. It's been a while, isn't it, since we've had that kind of belief, and you can go into fixtures thinking, oh, I really fancy it. We might be able to get something. It's been quite a while. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Before I get into the preview, though, just want to say, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. Free to do so. It really does help us out, helps us grow, and hit that like button. We've been hitting over 500 likes now quite regularly on this channel, which is a big thing for us. We want to keep growing and keep going, and it really does help, surprisingly. I know it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but if the likes go up, it gets the old YouTube algorithm going, and then other fans get notified of these videos, and they come and watch. And so look, it just helps us grow. So we really do appreciate it. Stamford Bridge on a Monday night against Chelsea, who they've surprised me this season. I'm going to be honest, Chelsea. I had them down to. I thought they were going to have a similar season to what Spurs have had. I really did. I mean, maybe not as bad as that, but I weren't expecting much from Chelsea this season. I thought it was going to be a bit of a car crash. I wasn't sold on the Maresca appointment at all. They obviously got him from Leicester. But I've been surprised. I think he's gone in and done a good job, because when they brought him in, right. I know a couple of people actually from Leicester. One in particular who does a Leicester fan channel. Spoke to him, and I spoke to a couple of other people, and they weren't bothered about him. They really weren't fussed about Maresca. That was kind of the feeling I got from everyone. They weren't overly impressed. I know they got promoted and all that kind of stuff, but they weren't impressed with the football. Didn't feel it was overly convincing. They had to sort of stumble their way towards it, and that's how it was perceived by a lot of the Leicester fans. So when Chelsea appointed him, I actually thought, God, I'm not convinced. I'm really not. And I thought that Todd Bowley's sort of premiership at the club has not been great so far. It's all been a bit scattergun, a bit chaotic, and bending rules. And don't get me wrong, I quite like the fact that he is brave enough to challenge the Premier League and the FA. And, they put these rules out to stop spending, and he just finds loopholes in it. So fair play to the guy. He's clearly a very clever man, but in terms of how he was so hands-on, and he was with reports of him being in the dressing rooms after games and shouting at players and stuff. I just thought, God, you know what? I feel like this appointment's not going to be good, and this could be a bit of a car crash of a season for Chelsea. But you know what? Fair play to Maresca, because he's gone in there and done really well. He's got him playing. The players are respecting him, because that's not an easy place to go and manage. Just get it right. There are some clubs, West Ham included, that you look at and think they're quite tough environments to succeed in. And I think Chelsea is right up there as being one of those football clubs. It's such a big football club. There's so many people. It feels like they're involved, and the expectation levels and all this kind of stuff. It just seems like a real tough environment. I mean, Graham Potter's spoken about it, how tough it was there. So, I think there's a lot of credit needs to go to him, actually, because he's kind of gone in as a little bit of an unknown in a way. He hadn't really done a lot apart from he got Leicester promoted. Obviously, been at West Ham previously as before us, and then a coach. But he's done well. He's gone in there. He's got rid of the players that he didn't want. He was quite ruthless about it. And I think that sends the right message. You can see he's in charge, and the players are playing for him. They're respecting him. And Chelsea were in a conversation for titles not long ago. He was being asked a question continuously, wasn't he, Maresca? Every pretty much press conference, are you in the title race? And he just kept knocking it away. And they're no longer in that. They have fallen away. They're certainly not. They're not at the level they were at the start of the season. Whether that's because clubs have found them out a little bit now, and they do obviously rely quite heavily on Cole Palmer, who's just been an unbelievable signing for them. I'm so envious of it. The fact we were so close. We were so close to getting Cole Palmer. It's part of that. The dreaded Paqueta talks with City. City was about to sign Paqueta, and Cole Palmer was going to be part of that arrangement. And obviously the betting stuff happened. Now, look, Paqueta's played amazingly recently for West Ham, so I'm certainly not going to sit here and start slagging off Paqueta or anything like that. But you look at Palmer and think, wow, what a player. He has been sensational for Chelsea. There's something about him, the way he carries the ball, the way he conducts himself it's sublime. It really is. It's quite a unique player, isn't he? There's not many like him. So yeah, I think they've been tremendous really this season. In terms, I think they've done much better than they would have expected. Certainly what I would have expected. I don't think many Chelsea fans would have gone into the season believing they were going to be discussing titles and they'll be in the sort of top 5, area. I didn't see it. I thought they were going to be way out of it, mid-table at best probably, and struggling again. But no, they've done very well. But I don't think it's a bad time to play them. I really don't. They're 6th in the league at present as I record this, following the results from Saturday. It's not a bad position to be in at all. But their form's not great. 1 win in 5. So they do feel like their season's sort of starting to peter out a little bit. They're obviously going to want European football. They're going to want at least the Europa League. I mean, Champions League's their ambition. There's no two ways about it. I'm not sure if they're going to do it. I'm not convinced just because of the recent form. I've not seen enough of them recently to make me suggest that they are definitely going to be in that top 4, top 5 bracket. They're going to want to sort of get their form up and running, and it'll be starting now. But from a West Ham perspective, I'll go into this game thinking this is not a bad time to be playing Chelsea. This probably isn't the worst. So that's where they are. They've got some great players, though. I mean, as I said about Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson as well, that I've been really impressed with. They've got some real quality in their side. And considering that the amount they've spent and the players they've brought in and the juggling they've had to do, I thought that Enzo Maresca's done such a great job in sort of steadying things and settling things down, because they do seem more steady now as a club. I mean, they've been a car crash, haven't they, for the last couple of years? Obviously, the Abramovich situation and the war in Ukraine, and it's been a bit of a circus. I mean, we look at West Ham and think, Christ, I mean, even Chelsea have topped us there. So it does feel like things have just started to stabilise now. But they will want that Champions League spot. As I say, I'm not convinced they're going to do it. I'm not saying they definitely won't, but I'm not. They're certainly not a surefire there. Considering the fact you can see teams already going to be in there at the top part of the table. Obviously got Man City's, I think, are now going to be within that. Obviously, you've got Liverpool, Arsenal. So there's only a couple of spots left. Are Chelsea going to do it? I don't know. They can. They certainly can do it. They've got the ability to, but form at the moment is not showing that. You know what I mean? Of late, the last couple of months, I'm not seeing that kind of team. So let's wait and see how they pan out. But yeah, it's still Chelsea. It's a tough place to go, and it's going to be a tough game for West Ham. But Graham Potter, going back to his old stomping ground, which is going to be interesting. So let's talk about West Ham and Graham Potter in particular. I don't care. I mean, he's never going to say this, is he, to the press? He's never going to say to them, it's my old club. I'm going to want to go and show them what's what. But let's be honest, in the back of his mind, it's undoubtedly so he is going to be thinking, I want to show them who they sacked. He's going to want that. And I don't blame him. Why not? I really hope that's the case. I think there's going to be an added incentive there for Graham Potter in this game. I'm so pleased we've got Potter. I can't stress enough how pleased I am with him. The jury was certainly out before he arrived. I was a bit, okay, yeah, I mean, we'll see how he gets on. But I've been so impressed with how he's conducted himself, how he's sort of understood and taken on the West Ham ethos. And he seems to grasp exactly what this club means. He gets the fans and he just says the right things all the time. And I've just been so impressed. And you can just see in his short period of time he's been at the club, the improvement from the players. You can see that they're enjoying their football more. They look like they understand now more what they're doing. I mean, it's great to see. I'm really, really impressed with him. I really am. I'm so grateful. And there was an interview he's done, I think it might have been with Daily Mail or they reported or something like that this morning. And regarding his time at Chelsea, and even then he was just so great what he said about West Ham, and he said like it was a blessing, what happened to him at Chelsea. He's come out of it a better manager, and I'm so pleased with him. And the fact is as well, it's impressive how he's gone from a guy that was considered a little bit of an outsider. West Ham, we're only going to give you a few months and you can prove yourself, kind of thing. He's managed to not only get the deal that he wanted, which was a 2.5-year contract to start with, but also the fact that he's in charge. He's running the shows. He's brought in Carl McCauley as the head of recruitment. He works for Potter. Potter's in charge. So I'm really happy. And the way that we're conducting ourselves in this transfer window as well, as I speak now, with Evan Ferguson deal, we've got the Krupi deal that's close. We've got another signing as well. Is it Cummings from Celtic that we're close to concluding? I'm pleased how we're conducting stuff. We're looking better, so I'm very optimistic with him and with West Ham. So yeah, this is a good time. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Well, I'll tell you what it'd be if West Ham go and get a result at Chelsea. It'd be interesting to see his reaction and see how he takes it, because I think he's going to mean the world to him. So I really hope that's going to be an added incentive for West Ham to go and get a result at Stamford Bridge, and so it should be. Obviously, the big story for West Ham in terms of team news is Jared Bowen back in the squad, available, likely to start as well. So I'm thrilled. I'm sure, who isn't? I mean, he's our best player, you know, our captain. It's going to be great. And the first time we're going to see Potter and Bowen working together. So that's going to be fantastic. So that's a huge boost. Got Mavropanos as well, back available, shall I say, back from suspension. So I'll come to my team in a minute and talk about him then. Somerville's a doubt, right? Somerville's a doubt. This is what Graham Potter has said. I'm not convinced on it. I'm just not convinced that that's true, that he's not available. Do you know what I mean? The only reason I say that, I'm going to try to see, while I'm doing this, as I'm talking, I'm going to try and bring I probably should have prepared this before I did the video. But there was a clip from West Ham. They did some, you know, they do the behind the scenes stuff at the training ground. They did it on their official YouTube channel. So I'm just going to put it up now. And basically they were saying, oh yeah, you know, this is basically on the back after Potter had his press conference. They said, oh yeah, it's behind the scenes, West Ham preparing for the Chelsea game. And then I'm watching this. I thought, oh, you know, why not? I want to see how they're looking in training, etc., etc. And there he is. There's Somerville training with all the first team and looking absolutely fine, looking sharp, looking good. So it was quite strange to see. Here we go. Let's see if I can pull this up now. So I'm going to try and turn the sound. Second. There, get this right. I'm going to try and see if I can get this right here. So bear with me a second. I'll come back to that in a sec. But I do think that I've got a sneaky feeling Somerville's going to be involved. That's basically my point to this. I do think there's a chance we're going to see him. So I really, really hope that's the case. I really do, because that would be a huge boost for everyone. If we can get Somerville back in this side for this game, I think, because I do feel if we'd have had Bowen or Somerville in both against Aston Villa, we'd have won that game. I'm sure of that. You know, it does feel like that would have been the case. So I'm just going to quickly put up here. So where are we? So I don't know if you can see this. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can get this to work. So I might not be able to. So let me just see. I don't know if I can. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I can. Hang on. Share screen. Here we go. Sorry, bear with me a second on this one because I'm really right. Share that. Right, let's see if you can see this. Right, so here we go. This is that's Somerville. So if I go back a little bit. So this is Somerville and Kudus playing, mucking around before training. Now look, he's out with the first team. That's Somerville. Do you know what I mean? That don't look like a boy that's injured to me at all. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm sitting there thinking, and there's further clips in that. Very impressive, by the way. I'm going to show it again because I'm watching this thinking, God, this is really, really good from these two while I'm talking. So, yeah, look, that's Somerville and Kudus mucking about with the ball, as I say, prior to training. Now, as I say, I don't know. I'm not a fitness guy. I'm not someone that can sit there and say, yeah, this is definite. But I'm looking at this thinking he's going to be available. Do you know what I mean? I really am. That's my fault anyway. I might be wrong. I might well be wrong. I did say the last game I was confident that Bowen would make his return. It didn't happen. He was 50-50. Well, he was having a late fitness test, but there was a lot of confidence he was going to make the game. So I took a bit of a gamble there and said, look, I think he's going to be playing. The fact that Potter kind of alluded to it as well, he's got another day train tomorrow. We're going to make a decision after that. So I actually felt that he would play, but it turns out he didn't obviously make it. So that was the way it goes. Paqueta as well, not so sure. It might well be the case that he's available. I'm taking that he is available. I've got a sneaky feeling again that I think we might be playing a bit of a game there. We really need him playing as well because he was outstanding against Aston Villa, the best we've seen him in some time. Let's get it right. So I really hope that we can get him back involved because the last thing we need now the fact we've got Bowen coming back, Somerville very close. Last thing we need now is another player going out of injured. I know it's not a serious one with Paqueta, but wouldn't it be great to have that front line of Bowen, Somerville, Paqueta, you got Kudus as well available? That it really would. It's sort of to see that front line and having Graham Potter in charge. It's very exciting. So that's where we are in terms of on the availability of players. So this is going to be my team. I'd like to know what you think and give me your team and let me know what you think of the score prediction, please. This is what I'm going for. I'm going for Areola in goal. I want to keep that consistency. I still goalkeeper situation needs addressing in the summer. I'm pretty sure Potter will be more than aware of that. I've not been overly sold on Areola, and I feel like Fabianski now is a backup goalkeeper. So I feel like that is a position West Ham really do need to target and get it sorted out. So this is my back three. I'm going to go with the same system that Potter adopted against Aston Villa. So we're now getting used to the kind of the system that he likes to play. So this is what I'm going with. I'm going to go for Areola in goal. I'm going to go for Mavropanos playing alongside Kilman and Creswell as the back three. Now, Mavropanos, I actually thought played well in the game that he got sent off against, which was against Crystal Palace, wasn't it, at home? I actually don't think he had a bad game. Apart from that mistake, I know he's got an error in him, but I actually think overall he's not looked too bad. I want to get him playing. I want to get his confidence levels up. It's important we have him. I don't want him to be knocked and feeling like he's not part of this. I mean, it's important he steps in there and plays well, but I actually do feel like he should be playing this game. So I'm going to go for Mavropanos, as I say. It'll be Kilman in the middle and Creswell the side of him. I think Creswell played all right, actually, against Aston Villa. I thought he looked pretty accomplished in that position. So no reason for changing things, I don't think. At the moment, I'm going to go for Aaron Wan-Bissaka as my right wing back. I'm going to go for Ollie Scholes as left. It was close between him and Emerson. I know Emerson scored against Aston Villa, a lovely header. I'm just too impressed with Scholes. I'm sorry, the guy is outstanding. He is unbelievably. The quality is unbelievable. I feel like we've got a real special player there, and he makes a difference. He's a better player than Emerson. I'm sorry, at the moment he's showing more quality, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, as much as I was okay with Emerson. I don't think he was amazing against Aston Villa, but obviously he got that goal. And usually you think, well, he's got that goal, and you want to build on it and keep him going. I've got no real problem if Emerson starts. By the way, I don't want to say I don't want to see Emerson in the team. It's not like that, but I just watch Scholes play, and I'm like, I want to see more of it. He looks accomplished already. He looks settled, doesn't he, in the side? And I just want to see him continue to grow and build. So for me, I want to see Scholes start in this game. So that's what I've gone for. Aaron Wan-Bissaka at the right, wing back, and Scholes on the left. My two sort of holding midfielders, you want to call it, are going to be Alvarez and Thomas Souček. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Bowen out on the right sort of side of the midfield. So they're going to be sort of operating that side. I'm going to have Kudus out on the left sort of side with Paqueta playing that sort of false nine if he's available. Now, of course, we've got possibly have Somerville available for that as well to come into it if need be, some changes in that. So it's interesting. Obviously, we won't have Evan Ferguson available for this game. But hopefully, we will after that, as long as the deal gets concluded with Brighton. As I record this, we I understand the medicals booked for today. This is on the Sunday, so that's where we are at the moment. So look, that's my team. I'm feeling good about this game. I've been feeling good about this game all week, ever since that Aston Villa. And that's not me being a deluded good. I'm not sort of kind of like, we're going to definitely win. I'm getting a good feeling about it. I feel like it's a good time to play Chelsea. They've not been great of late. I feel like if you can keep Palmer quiet, you've got a really good chance against them. I feel like we're looking more organised. We're looking far more like a team now. I feel like we had another, a week, 8 days in the training ground with these players, with Graham Potter. No travelling, no European football, anything like that. He's had the team there. Got Bowen back, captain. It just feels like West Ham are going to be up for this. I really am expecting a really good performance from West Ham. I'm very, very optimistic, and so much so, I think we're going to win. I really do. And I love feeling like that. Look, Chelsea could go and win this, and that would be the case. All right, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to feel bad for saying that I think West Ham are going to win this game. I'm going to be honest here. I really am feeling confident. I'm feeling good about West Ham at the moment. And I just feel like this is a good game for us. I feel like if West Ham can go to Stamford Bridge, get 3 points, it would send such a big message out that we're really starting to turn a corner this season. And we are actually looking up, and we are still in the mix for these European spots. I know people watching this, I don't be talking ridiculous, but I've still got that belief there. If we can win this game, then all of a sudden you're 7 points away, 6 points away from that spot, and with 15 games to go, that's doable, more than doable. So that's what I'm feeling at the moment. So I'm going to go for a West Ham win. I'm going to say Chelsea 0, West Ham 2. That's my prediction. I hope that's the case. Bloody hell, I hope I'm right. Let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, let's hope that this could be a game that Potter can go and exact some revenge on his old club. But let's wait and see. Come on, you Irons.